last of October. Literally, I'm recording this on the 31st of October, so yay! Halloween! And the last of my Halloween dresses! So, yeah. I managed to wear all of them. Go me. I think I'm wear all of them. Almost all of them. I think I have like one dress left, but... But... yeah, introductions. Sorry, I keep forgetting. My name is Gunde. This is my podcast. I forgot the name. Excuse me a moment. Freddy Pile. Thank you. I'm number 32, I think. This is a yarnaholic podcast because I am a yarnaholic. I like to talk about yarn, knitting, crocheting, yarn. Did I say yarn? I think I said yarn. I like to talk about yarn. Yarn is nice. I like to talk about what my cast-ons are, what I'm working on, what I finished, when that happens, and what my plans are with the yarnery thingy. I also tend to talk a little bit about the weather because the weather very much affects when I am able to actually upload videos. Because when it's either snowing or raining, like somewhere in the country. By the way, I'm in Iceland, live in Iceland. But if it's snowing or raining somewhere on my lovely island, my internet connection goes from not good to almost non-existent, meaning that my uploads are I think my record is around 36 hours getting one, like I think it was a 15-minute video. It took me 36 hours. That was fun times. But currently the weather is reasonably nice. A little bit of sun hiding between the clouds. Like you can see me, very exciting because in a couple of weeks there will be no sun where I live. The sun will disappear behind the mountains and I will not see her again for quite a lot. December, January are gonna be dark months and probably into February as well. Because mountains, wintertime, and yeah, weather also. See, weather affects things. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the sun while I have her because she's a dear friend and she will disappear. But the dress, I'm gonna show you the dress. Look. It's got little fires. And if I remember correctly, I think this is Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle, the anime film. If you haven't seen this, cute. I've yet to read the original book by Diane Jones. I think it's it's a book called Howl's Moving Castle. I have yet to read it. I want to because I want to. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Calcifer. Fire demon. Fits well with Halloween because fire. And it is a quite different dress, honestly. Like this shoulder thing and sleeves like this. I tighten like this because I already put the dress on and then realized that I still had to tie the ends up. So I just tied it under my wrist. But enough talking about weather and sun and dresses. We can talk about yarn. Not a whole heap of progress. I don't even think I picked up this shawl this week. No, I don't think so. It's always right by my right by my side when I'm like doing anything else, but unfortunately no progress on the dummy clap shawl. I remember the name. I think this is like the third week in a row when I remember the name of the pattern. Go me! But yeah, no progress. I'm still very excited about finishing it because I can't wait. Like I said it before, I'm gonna say it probably 1,000 times more until I'm actually done with this one. I love this pattern. Like you only knit one. Okay, you knit a row and then you pull back and you do it for 50 inches, so about 127 centimeters, on the last row. When you're casting off, you drop stitches according to, the pattern. And that's when the magic happens, and I can't wait for it to happen, but I keep doing something else. Also, I am knitting it out of ice yarns. Yeah. And it's called Cake's Chain. Thank you for helping me, son. And this is chain spun yarn, obviously given the name, Cake's Chain. And if you haven't tried it, I do recommend it because I like working with this yarn. It's soft, it's nice, and it's your friend. This yarn is your friend. And I love the colors. I do realize that this does look a little bit like black. I thought it was black first when I ordered it. It's actually dark navy, so... well, another thing that I've kept by my side, but like, not really worked on. I have this bowl that used to be a cake. It's from James C. Brett. I think it's called Northern Lights. And the reason it's a cake is because that's the only way it managed to survive my wrath. Because that cake is the worst that I have ever encountered. Like, you know how in most cakes you have the ends like in the center, so you can both find, at least one end in the center and the other end at the outer edge, so that you can at least find one end and somehow find your way to work with it. Not this cake. No. See, this cake. Let's use this good cake, this nice cake, to show how the bad cake was, because the end of this one was in the center. This one, no, the other end is somewhere around here, on the other edge. I love this yarn. It's pretty. It's super soft. It's nice to work with, but it pissed me off because the ends on that one, they were somewhere around. Yes, they were both side by side, somewhere around here. I had to tear the cake apart to try and find the ends. And trying to ball it up on the first go was just, I do, however, feel a bit proud of myself because I did not cut it into bits and I did not set it on fire. Okay? Instead, I grabbed it, shoved it into a bag and into storage for a couple months until I was in a state of mind to actually work with it, and I did manage to salvage mostly, so yay. And the thing that I'm making is a finer version of my my favorite crochet, well, favorite thing to crochet with, just any yarn. It's this like netted type of shawl, and this crochet hook is a 3.5mm. I usually use, actually, ooh, I do have it here. Hang on, give me a second. Every single time I think I am 100% prepared, but then I start talking about something else and I need to go pick it up. I typically use this yarn from Ice Yarns, Fantasia. For some reason it keeps disappearing from Ice Yarns website, and excuse me. And I keep thinking that is, they're discontinuing it or something, but then it pops up again. I'm like, a little bit paranoid, but I love Fantasia. Fantasia is this 25% wool and 75% premium acrylic. You use 5 or 6mm knitting needles, and I typically use 5mm crochet hook. And what I'm gonna move you around a little bit because I want to show you one of the shells that I have. Hopefully without falling. Nothing fell. Alright, so with the packs with Fantasia, Come closer. Thank you. Well, okay, that's a little bit different, but anyway. So with Fantasia, you get four skeins of yarn in a packet, and if you use all 4 skeins, where's the end? Okay, here. You get a lovely size of triangle shawl. And this is a pattern that I've had for, I think it's getting close to like 16 years, 16 or 17, I'm not quite sure. I cannot remember, that's weird. Okay, you're somehow. But yeah, I cannot remember where I got the origin pattern from. Like, probably from some magazine or something. I think it was it was either in 2003 or 2004, I cannot quite remember. And I wrote it down on a piece of paper that's like waxy, and honestly, usually that kind of paper, if you write on it, what you write on it disappears within a year. This piece of paper held out for over a decade in my junk. And I wrote the pattern down in shorthand, like bare bones information. And usually, by the way that my brain works, that usually means that I cannot decipher what I wrote down 15 years ago. That one was easy, thankfully, because I love this pattern. I should make a video about it sometime, but... So... yeah, I should. I have the yarn. I have the camera. And I should definitely have the time for it. So... because this is so easy, this is so simple, and... my favorite, you don't need to think much. I love that. I love not having to think, because I spend a lot of time thinking at work, and I like not having to think when I'm not at work. And these shells, right, obviously depending on the yarn that you pick, but these shells do tend to be just nice and airy and soft and warm. And I love them. So I decided to use this ball of betrayal and, you know, make a cute, a little bit more daintier shell than I'm used to using it. Oh, light and shadow. But yeah, because this is such a lovely yarn. It's so soft, it's so pretty, and it's also have these like little fluffy bits, like the balls. Obviously, when I was folding it up and trying to salvage the yarn, a lot of the fluffy bits unfortunately went away. But I do have this ball, and I do have another cake of the same yarn in the same colorway. That one is a lot better, like a lot better. But so I'm working on that, but I've also been working on my version of this sweater made out of Icelandic wool. I'm about halfway done with the body. I'm not sure if the camera can quite pick it up, but alright, see, the yarn that you use in the hem, that's the right word, yeah, hem, and the cuffs, and then here in the neckline, the collar, those you make with léttlopi, which is a little bit more of a finer yarn. You use a recommended 4 or 5 millimeter. In the pattern you use 3.5 millimeter and then 4.5 millimeter knitting needles. And this is an old yarn that was in my, well, technically my mother's desk, but she allowed me to like use it, so I'm using it. The main bulk of the sweater is made with Álafosslopi. This one. This is bulk here, and this uses, like, the recommended size is 5.5 to 6.5 millimeter knitting needles, and the pattern uses 8 millimeter knitting needles. And I picked out, I love you some, but this is a little, yeah. But yeah, this lovely, like, deep, lovely red color. So I was trying to, I didn't pick this yarn with me when I went yarn shopping. So I just picked this out of hopes and dreams. They do not quite match. Like this one is, how to put it? It's a little bit more like warmth in it. It's a bit more yellowish. And you can definitely tell in the sunlight. But like, because I literally only just noticed it, like, I think this morning, and that's thanks to dear old sun. But straps, I can't quite pick it up. I think you can pick it up. Yeah. So the difference is noticeable, but because now I need to justify it myself, I am using it for the hem. They will be the same shade of color in like the cuffs and the collar. So there is consistency. If it's like too distracting for me, like this color difference, what I'm thinking, and I might do, I might make like cute little applications out of, because we have quite a lot of this color Lietlopi. I might make like cute little like applications to just spread around the sweater if it disturbs me too much. Like maybe little flowers or something, maybe a little green to give it a little pop. And so, you know, to like tie it a little bit better together. So there's an idea. I mean, if it's too disturbing for me, like visually, then that's an option. That's always an option. We'll see. I mean, obviously, I won't be making that decision until I finish the sweater. But you know, the fact that I do have that like plan B, like, yeah, excuse you. It's nice to have more than one plan. Like, it definitely helps. How long have I been speaking? Oh, 70 minutes. Go me. Otherwise, I haven't been very productive. I feel. But I did find some like cutouts from like what, like this not quite a newspaper, like this, like it's a Bændablaðið. It's like the farmers magazine newspaper, I think. So yeah, there's a farmers paper. Let's just call it the farmers paper. That's the direct translation. And they very often have like a small section in the back with patterns. Most often knitted, but also sometimes crochet. And I love them because most of them come from Drops Design Garn Studio. Like this one that we've saved from 2017, this paper. Look at it! Look at that cute cushion. Like the pattern itself is like, that's quite tiny, right? So I'm probably gonna need to find this pattern just online if I'm gonna want, if I want to use the pattern, because that, I mean, I can see like these signs and all that, but it's so tiny that my eyes are kind of like just go. I don't want to use it. It's so tiny. But I should be able to find it if I want to make it, because the picture is maybe not the best, but it's this like cable knitted cushion, and it's made out of Drops alpaca. So that's really pretty. There's also this lovely shawl made out of Drops Delight. Very pretty. It's a cute little skirt. So cute. like these. I love those kind. No, what do they use? They use Drops Merino Extra Fine. And then there's these socks. Are so cute. They use Drops Flora. The little sheeps on them. They're so cute. And another children's socks are these, made out of Drops Merino Extra Fine. A little bit more like traditional, but still so cute. It is really, really fitting that on the back of this pattern, of this cutout, there's a picture of sheeps. These are cute. Speaking of sheeps, actually, I was gonna mention this, like, at some point. Like, I am born and raised in Iceland. And obviously when we are born and raised in our own countries, we get used to things that... Excuse you? We obviously get used to things that are just normal to our areas and to our countries and to our cultures and all that. So Icelandic sheep to me are simply just what sheep are. This is a sheep. This is how all sheep obviously are. So imagine my surprise. I cannot remember how old I was. I was probably a preteen at the time when I realized that there are apparently most sheep have more of a tail than Icelandic sheep. Like Icelandic sheep, they have like this cute little tail that just it's short. They have a short tail naturally. The first time I saw a picture of a sheep breed in the English Isles, and they had this long, thick, like tail, and I'm like, what is that thing hanging on the back? I had to be told that was their tail. I thought sheep were just sheep, and they all look the same, but no, they do not. They do not. So that was one thing that I was thinking about, like, in the past weeks. I'm like, sheep are not just sheep. Sheep are not just sheep. Like humans. Humans not just humans. We all the same, and we're all at the same time very, very different. Like, thankfully. Can you imagine a world where everyone would be just exactly the same? No one, like, no difference, no shade, no difference. Everyone with the same opinions, same thinking, same style, same hair, same skin. No. That sounds horrible. That sounds like a setup for a horrible sci-fi horror movie. No. Take me back. Hello, Wool. Hello, Yarn. Okay. So my brain just went somewhere that I do not want to go. It's like, I was talking about sheep. Dang. So what else was I got? I need to write things down so I can tell you about things that I want to tell you about. Can't remember. I know there was something else other than, like, my shock at finding out that not all sheep have the same, like, cute little tail. Can you see it? No, you can't see it on the picture. No. Dang it. Because honestly, Icelandic sheep are really cute. And when you get them used to, like, feeding them with, like, bread, they absolutely love you. Oh, they're so cute. So yeah, I think that's it. Because I cannot think of anything else to talk about. Yeah. That's a little bit embarrassing. Well, that's okay. I'm about 25 minutes in. I've been trying to, like, try to talk a little bit more because it's fun. It's fun to talk and to actually be listened to. That's also, like, thank you. Yeah. Honestly, I think there's nothing else. Oh. So yeah. Working on this like long-term project, probably like a lot of my other stuff, like this little netted shawl. I'm probably gonna use both cakes just so I can have a proper shawl. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how much this what? Grammar. We'll see how big of a shawl I can get out of single former cake, and if it's not a lot, then I'll bring out the other one and continue, because like this size of a shawl is just where it's at, right? Let's see, and I'm gonna continue with this one obviously because I cannot wait. Can visit with knitted shawl so I can see it, but going to continue obviously with this one because so relaxing, and working with nice little wool again is like and honestly I do need to do this like tutorial on this shawl because you're gonna love it. It's so simple and it's so just relaxing. Like there's no stress making this like netted shawl. It's so yeah. There's so much to do. Also, since last week, I remember to add in the projects that I forgot to add in. So yeah, there's a lot to do. And well, is there anyone else who just feels better not having like too many things to do, because then you can go Ulindolindov, Kikilanikov, Kovilan Big Bunny, I choose you. Because that's how my brain works. But so this is me this week. Happy Halloween. Happy life. Happy yarn. Happy crocheting. Happy knitting. And I'll see you later. Bless bless.